Okay, good morning everybody. Taking the Softail out for a ride today. It's been about at least a month since the last time I rode her. I did have fuel stabilizer in it. I did put in 2 gallons of fresh premium. So, I gotta tighten my little choke knob because it's not staying out by itself. Seems like every time I take it out for a ride, I find something that needs to be fixed. But I guess that's what happens with 13-year-old bikes. Okay, let's go get it warmed up. Boy, the brakes on the Softail are not as good as the ones on the Sportster. And I just put brand new pads, front and rear, and new fluid in them, and bled the lines. Maybe it's just because of that much bigger, heavier bike. Now, this being the weekend, I don't know the traffic pattern. I don't know where all the cops are at, so I'm just going to cruise today. Take it easy and watch out for traffic. Have a nice little ride. Won't be doing any lane splitting on this big monster. It's not as nimble as the Sportster is. Well, hell, everybody's pinning me in. I just may have to lane split on this thing anyways. I don't like being pinned in. There. That takes care of that. Well, there's the Kern River. Part of it. It's got some water in it from last night's rain. Oh no, that was Friday night's rain. This is Sunday already. Can't even keep track of what day of the week it is. Okay, where is the little sensor controller in the street? I don't see it. Hopefully I got near it. Yep. This stretch of road here is where the young guys come out to race their import cars at night. They'll come flying through here. Sometimes they estimate their speeds at 110, 120 miles an hour. And it never fails. Somebody loses it on one of the turns. Goes off into the side there and crashes. Dies. It is probably one of the deadliest stretches of roads in Bakersfield. Well, not only do you get the guys in their little import cars, but you got the guys on their sport bikes come out here. Try to take these turns as fast as they can, and this road's just not built for that. It's not properly banked, has too many dips in it. So it's just not a good road to come out and race on, but people still do it. And they crash all the time. Hey, coming into Hart Park. Speed limit's gonna drop. Gonna have to slow down to 25. Alright, I'm gonna slow her back down here because park ranger should be out here somewhere. That guy's going too fast. I don't want to follow him. That's what I was doing, was just pacing my speed by him. I wasn't even looking at the speedometer. Yeah. Well, there's the park ranger there. I just saw him. In that white car that went across the road. Yeah. There he is up there. Well, they got 2 of them on duty. I didn't know they had that many. Thought they only had 1. Yeah, he's probably sitting up there looking for people to run their stop sign. Put both feet down, check the traffic, sit here and wait. And now we'll go. I seem to be getting a lot of wind noise from my shield on my helmet today. I had to figure out if there's a way to tighten up the shield, adjust it. There has to be. But I didn't save the paperwork for the helmet, so I don't know. I had to go online, I guess, and see if I can find the directions on how to do that. Now, that's what you call slammed. Slammed to the ground. Looks like some car clubs out. A lot of nice paint jobs. I should turn around and come back and check them out again. Give y'all a close look at the lowrider culture here in Bakersfield. Got a lot of car clubs. They all got the air ride suspension. They like to drop them down to the ground when they park them. They do the really wild paint schemes. Some people don't like them. I think they look kind of neat myself. So yeah, we're going to just turn around here. Go back and take another look. I hear a metallic sound clanging around. I got something loose back there somewhere, I think. Which is probably par for the course. Every time I take it out, I find something vibrated loose. A slammed skateboard. Never seen that before. breast cancer awareness truck. So there you go. A little slice of Bakersfield. Yeah, let's go back around this way. And there's the Kern River. Doesn't look like much, but we have people dying in it every year. They come up from LA, they camp out along here, they go out and they go swimming in it, they ignore the signs. It has a horrible undertow and it'll just drag you away, suck you under a log, and they won't find you for a month or two when your body finally pops up and floats downriver. Those of you that are into country music, listen to Buck Owens or Merle Haggard, they ever mention the Kern River, that's what they're talking about. Both of them grew up here in Bakersfield. There's a bunch of pumping rigs. That's where a lot of your oil comes from. You'll find those things sitting in the middle of residential areas here in Bakersfield. Pretty much every housing development has a lot set aside for one of those things. So they can come in and drill it and suck the crude up out of the ground and take it off to the refineries or pump it off to the refineries. They got old oil lines running underneath the ground all over this place. Some of them date back so far they don't have maps of them. They'll be digging and actually run into an old abandoned oil line from years ago. Had to stop all their construction and call in the hazardous waste material group to clean it up, the mess. There's a drilling rig. Up over there, some storage tanks. These pipes are pumping the oil. They're either pumping the oil to a storage tank or they might be pumping it straight to the refinery. I don't know for sure. But as you can see, there's a lot of pumps going. They call those things crickets. I don't know what the official name is of them, but that's what the locals call them. And there's our international airport over there. That sucker's big enough to handle the largest planes made, but nobody flies into them. We just get the little puddle jumper planes. They spent all kinds of money turning that little local airport into an international airport, thinking that they were going to be getting all kinds of flights in, get the overflow from LA and San Francisco and Oakland area. Never happened. All the big carriers still fly into San Diego, LA, and San Francisco. Now we're going to be going underneath the runway here. I have never yet once got to see a plane going off over the runway. Little tunnel rev just for the hell of it. Okay, I've been out for almost an hour. I told my wife I was going to be gone for about an hour. So I better head back home. If I don't get back in time, she'll start worrying about me and call me. Harley's open on Sunday. I didn't know that. Last week we had a 90-year-old guy out for probably the first time of the spring on his old Harley. I happened to actually see him on my way into work. He was on Olive Drive, just putting along, riding his bike. I didn't realize he was 90 years old. I figured he was probably like in his 70s or something. And then later on that night I get home, I'm watching the news, and some idiot ran a red light, T-boned him, and took the right leg off right at the knee joint at the crime scene, at the accident scene. Last I heard, he was in the hospital in critical condition. You know, when you're just putting along, minding your own business, going through an intersection, all of a sudden some guy comes busting through a red light at 20 or 30 miles over the speed limit, and you're not expecting it, and you get nailed from the side. He's lucky he wasn't killed instantly. But for all I know, he could be dead now. I don't know. They've never said anything more about it on the news. Big old lunk of blacked up right in the middle of my thingy. Okay, see how fast that light changed for me? It's because I got a magnet on the bike, and I just rolled over all of the sensors there, and bingo bango, the light changed for me. And I'm the only thing there.